Hi, welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is the Ultimate Love Letter. I super appreciate you for joining the conversation today and just sharing space, coming with an open heart, ready to hear what God has laid out for us today on our beautiful platform. You know, I just felt inspired to talk about a topic that I know that all of us are dreaming of, concerned with, wanting to draw in, and that is the conversation of love and relationships. I know I spoke about, or I've touched about it in previous conversations, but I just thought it would be beneficial just to, devote an entire conversation, to the topic because everyone, all of us are seeking love and a love outside of ourselves and trying to understand the relationships we're in and how we can, make them better, make sure that they're thriving. Also, maybe it's not the best relationship. What can we do to work on it? How can we exit them if we need to, in a graceful way and in a way where we've extracted what we've learned from the relationship and moving on, with just poise and grace. So today's convo is all about that, surrounding love and relationships. And, what I understand, to be true, and this is just point blank, we can only attract what we are. And that's in all areas of our life. We are attracting what we are in life, in business, in our jobs, in the experiences that we manifest in our bank accounts. And it's no different that we attract who we are in our relationships. Whenever I get with, my girlfriends, or at least, girlfriends of the past, I would say not so much today, but my girlfriends of the past, every time I would get with them over lunch or, just a natural hang, it was always, the conversation always went towards their current relationships or their current desire to attract a love, outside of themselves. And at the time, I was learning that I was attracting from myself all the trauma that was still unhealed within me. I was attracting it in another person, in my relationships, in my romantic relationships. For me personally, and I don't know if you caught this on one of the last conversations, but for me personally, something that was unhealed with me was judgment around the idea that, judgment of the idea where men were heavily relying on women to sustain their way of living, right? And if you are a man who is, maybe not the breadwinner in your relationship, or if you're a woman who you are the breadwinner in your relationship, that's beautiful. And I hope you're enjoying that dynamic. For me personally, I had big judgments about becoming a woman who needed to take care of and sustain the household on her own. And as a result of that, that's what I attracted. I attracted men who did not have strong worth ethics. I attracted men who heavily depended on not only me, but also their mother, ironically enough, but not really ironically, right? I was attracting that with my judgment to it. Also, another unhealed wound that I had was the fear of rejection. And that was something that I didn't realize that I was dealing with, because oftentimes when I got into relationships and I felt like the relationships were getting serious, I would run. I would run out of fear. And I thought I was running because I didn't want to feel love and I didn't want to get close. But really, when I dissected the wound, what it was I was afraid to get close, fall in love, fall hard, and then be rejected by the other person. So in my fear of wanting to be, fear of being rejected, I would reject them and I would just go on to the next. And the same thing would happen. As soon as I felt like I was liking this person, we were vibing, I would get out of there. So in turn, not only was I hurting others by, doing that, running away, but I was also hurting myself. I was keeping myself from really feeling just a beautiful love. And so I had to do some work there. And how I was able to heal it, I was able to heal it by feeling it. I had to feel the pain. I had to feel the pain of staying in a place and not running, and feeling whatever that love felt like, and feeling the wound of me being terrified of being rejected. Like, where did that come from? And on the surface, I thought, well, this definitely stemmed in childhood. And I was right, it did. And I thought it was just, something that my mother and my father did. But when I went back and I sat with it and I meditated on it, and this took, several months, what emerged, the memory that came, was that it was actually my brother that imprinted it on me in my teenage years. And what it was my brother was, he had many girlfriends, tons of girlfriends. Like, he would wake up with one girlfriend, take her home by lunchtime. After lunch, there'll be another girl. She'd go home at night, and then the sleepover would be a third girl. And I saw this. And I remember my brother saying, "You are not going to be one of these women. Not my sister. You're going to be smart enough to not be caught up in this situation." And boy, I understand he was trying to help in that moment. And I thought I was being helped for sure. As I went through life in my 20s and my 30s, it was all about, there's a saying that Marilyn Monroe put out, which was, kiss but don't love. Something like listen but don't believe, and leave before being left. And I lived by that. I actually had that saying like written in a Sharpie on my bathroom mirror. Like, I was not falling for the bullshit. I didn't trust men. I didn't trust what they were saying to me. And as a result, I didn't let anyone get so close. And yeah, it was a life of pain for sure, because I wanted, deep down, I'm sure I wanted to be close, but my pride, my ego, that trauma would not allow me to. So even though I understand my brother was trying to help me and safeguard me from something, it actually presented a deep wound into the fear of being rejected. And so, yeah, I had to sit with that. And how I sat with it is I really just went through my next relationship just with an open heart, ready for it to be dinged. Like there was nothing that I wanted to close up. Whatever, I knew that if I closed up, if I clammed up in the moment, that I wasn't healing it, that I was further suppressing that wound. I was burying it. But by me opening my heart, saying, I'm going to stay in this space. I'm going to feel everything there is to feel in this relationship. And if rejection comes, I'm going to take it in. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to feel it to heal it. And then if and when I'm rejected, I'm rejected. And I'm going to release the relationship, release the pain, release the hurt that comes with it. And I'll be better because I finally healed that pain. And you know what the interesting thing is? Oh my goodness. As I opened and embraced rejection and embraced pain, getting ready, preparing myself for that pain, rejection never came. Isn't that something? It never, ever came. What came was love, reverence in these relationships, beautiful other teachings about myself in these relationships. So just in me opening my heart, being prepared for rejection, saying I'm open to all of it, whatever experience, and just in me opening, it healed it. And I was on to the next lesson. Wow. Like that is how God works when we're just open to all experiences. And what came in as other lessons was I was able to see other traumas, and how I was able to see other traumas that I'm dealing with is because we are mirrors of each other. Your friends that you have in your life, the colleagues, the people that annoy us, the triggers that come up when we're dealing with any type of relationship in our life, including our relationships, our romantic relationships, they are mirrors of us. All the beauty that we see in others is in us. At the same time, anything that we see that we feel is hurting us or giving us pain or annoying us, that is also a mirror of us. That is a trigger. That is a sign that is a part of us that's still aching to be healed. So triggers are trauma points that need to be healed. Why is it that I am being triggered by this person in this specific situation? Whatever it is pointing to something that needs to be healed in us. So when we're looking for love outside of ourselves in, a romantic sense, we only attract what we are. And that means everything. All the healed parts of us we are attracting. And the points of us, the parts of us that are unhealed, we are also attracting. And stop right now and look at if you are in a romantic relationship, or if you're not, you've just exited one, you're in between them. Look at your last romantic relationship right now. What triggered you the most? What annoyed you the most? What bothered you the most? What caused you to end the relationship? What ended the relationship? Look at all of it and then say, what is that in me? What is that I saw in that person that really is showing in me? And when you begin to identify what those are, sit with those things and just simply feel those things, right? Like, it sucks. I know when you identify like, oh, this person was, I'm gonna get real, manipulative, or I hear this word all the time, narcissist, or not showing me love. And those were the annoying points. If those were the annoying points, ding, 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 look back at yourself. Where are you not showing yourself love? Where are you being narcissistic? Where are you being disloyal? Newsflash. If those are the triggers that you are finding in the relationships that you keep, God bless you, but they are in you too. And the beautiful thing is, we can now heal it because now we see it and it's real. It is showing up in our relationships. That means it's in you. Again, we can only attract what we are. So to heal it, to heal those traumas, if we don't like what we're seeing in the relationships that are being drawn to us, first just acknowledge it, being aware of it. Don't judge it. Don't judge it in them. Don't judge it in you. Be grateful that now you're aware enough to do something about it so that you never attract that certain situation, that type of person into your life ever again. You do that by sitting with it in meditation after you're aware of it. Just meditate through it. Breathe through it. Don't give it judgment. Judgment keeps it around. What we resist persists. Give it grace. Give it love. Say, okay, I understand. I'm a narcissist. I'm going to do my best not to be that anymore, to allow grace, to allow non-judgment. Great. I may be being a little disloyal in this situation. I'm aware of it. I'm going to be better not to be that anymore. Just a little baby steps. And most importantly, feel the pain. Because it is causing pain. To admit these things that we are, that have been bothering us and other people, to admit that we are that, it is a shocker. And it is hurtful. And it is hard to look at ourselves. Just feel that. Feel all that you're feeling when you've come to terms with it's me, it's not them. I'm only attracting these people in my life because I am that person too. You know, I have a family member, she's a family member, and she's always talking about how she wants to attract a rich man in her life and a loyal man. At the same time, this woman is not loyal herself. And not loyal meaning, you know, she's dating like 5 and 6 guys at the same time. And she's not necessarily telling them all that she's dating these different people. She's making it seem like they're the only one as she's dating others, trying to figure out who will then accept her as she says it, like their trophy wife. So just in that process, you are not being loyal, is what I've explained to her. So how then can you expect to attract a loyal person when you are being dishonest? You're not even on the frequency of an honest man. You're on the frequency of dishonest people with your actions, with your thoughts, with your being. Everything you're putting out, you're getting back. You're putting out dishonesty, you are getting that back. So the first thing, if you want to attract a loyal man, you have to be on that frequency. How you become or ascend to that frequency is by simply being loyal yourself. Now, I know it may suck to say I don't want to give up the 5 men because what if one of them, it's just ridiculous to even say this, what if one of them were the loyal one? They weren't. They were not, because they're not on the frequency of loyalty. We know that because you're not there. So you can't attract that. You're attracting you are on the frequency of disloyal people if you are being disloyal and dishonest. So the honest people are on this frequency, higher up here. The disloyal people are on a total different frequency. You want to go to where the frequency is that holds the honest people. The only way you get there is by being honest and loyal yourself. not the other way around. It does not, and it cannot happen like that. We are magnets. We are beings, magnetic beings. We are attracting to us everything that we are. It is a force, a law that is working with precision without flaw. You are only deceiving yourself. I promise you, you are only deceiving yourself when you're thinking that you can be one way behind closed doors, but yet attract another way. No, 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 no. Even if by happenstance you attracted a loyal man, he would see immediately that you were being dishonest. He would know it. He would pick up on it. It would not work. He would be gone in a heartbeat. And it's interesting. I said that because I actually told her another problem we have with her theory of being disloyal, but wanting a loyal man and also wanting a rich man was, if you only want a rich man, and her intention was, she wants material possessions. She necessarily doesn't want to work. She wants a rich man. Great. I want a rich man too. I feel like I have a rich man. I feel like I'm a rich woman. And that's beautiful if you want that. But her intentions, her reasons, her deep reasonings for wanting a quote unquote rich man is really to take. You don't want to offer anything. You want to take everything. So that intention is also manifesting in your life. The deepest intention, not the fact that you want a rich man, but your intention is to take. So then you're going to attract men who also want to take. They may be rich, but they're going to come in and they're going to take from you what they can get from you. And they're going to bounce. Why? Because your intention is to take. So now you're on the frequency of taking. So then you're surrounded with, you're attracting all the takers. Let's get this straight right now. We only get back what we give. We get back what we give. We have to first give to receive anything back. So what are you giving? Are you giving love and reverence and honesty and kindness and giving generously? Beautiful. You're about to get love and harmony and reverence, and you're about to be gifted generously. On the other side, if you are giving dishonesty, if you are giving the frequency of taking, if you are giving the frequency of non-trusting, you are going to attract non-trusting. You are going to attract takers. You are going to attract dishonest people. It's that simple. The beautiful thing is we get to decide right now what type of relationships we want in our life by first becoming that person ourselves. Don't spin your wheels any longer like a hamster on a wheel saying, I'm looking for this and that and the other, but you know you are not that yet. Become that and you will attract that which you already are. And to go a step deeper, those of us, and this was me too, that were constantly seeking for love outside of ourselves, let's hold a moment. Why do you need to so frantically seek a love outside of yourself? Let's make sure we're set up properly here. When we love ourselves deeply and wholeheartedly, like to our core, you are completely satisfied with life and yourself, that you are no longer seeking frantically anyone outside of yourself for love. And in that moment, because you are not seeking, because you are completely fulfilled in yourself and completely in love with yourself, life offers up a beautiful being who is also not seeking, who is also just loving themselves, who is also completely whole within themselves. Why, you ask? Again, because you are completely whole by yourself, because you are completely in love with yourself, because you are completely in love with your life. When you are completely whole, you are sustained, you are fulfilled, you are not looking around because you're looking within, because you're just loving life. Everything's vibrant, everything's colorful, everything's peaceful, everything is beautiful as is. When I had reached that point, I remember I had talked to God every now and again, every few months. I would just say, God, please don't let me forget. Like, I know that I am sustained and I love life and I'm loving myself and I'm so complete, but let's not forget that I would still love the love outside of myself. Because honestly, I had forgotten that I didn't have a romantic situation in a love outside of myself, because I was just so in awe and inspired by the love that was in myself, to the point where I forgot that there was no one else in my life in that way. I had family, I had friends, and I was so fulfilled. That's what loving yourself completely and fully will feel like. When you forget that you are missing anyone outside of yourself, you'll know you reach the point of complete self-love. I apologize for the horn if you hear that in the background. We're here in Hollywood. It's a busy area. But yes, that is my take on true self-love and attracting relationships that revere us, that uplift us, that nurture us, that love us. We can only attract those relationships when we ourselves are loving ourselves, are revering ourselves, loving ourselves wholly. We cannot attract in another being that loves me completely and wholly if I'm not loving myself completely and wholly. Again, that's another favorite that I hear with my girlfriends. I'm breaking up with him because he doesn't love me the way I deserve to be loved. Okay, well, where are you not loving yourself the way you deserve to be loved? Because if you're attracting that in a partner, ding, 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 life is telling you it's because you yourself aren't loving yourself wholly and completely. You know, I am, for the first time in my life at this age of 47, finally attracted a man outside of myself that loves me completely, wholly, to the core, to the soul of me. His love is so vast, it actually overflows to those around me. It overflows to my family and my friends, and my family and friends will tell you. They feel his love completely and wholly. And it is everything God says. Like, he will pour out a love, right, that spills over. Not only will God pour out that love on you with his love, but with others. I didn't know that part. I only knew that part just today because I'm living it now. And the reason I'm only experiencing right now at this age is because I finally did the work. Up until now, it took, decades for me to understand, there's wounds there. And I'm attracting according to those wounds. I'm also attracting to the healed parts of me. So why not heal all the wounds and attract the highest level of being into my life by becoming the highest level of being for myself? Yes, it's true. It works. Either way you want to spin it. Either coin works perfectly fine. If you want to continue to attract those based on the wounds that you hold, you will do that. Absolutely. Or you can attract beings based on everything you're healing. You will do that certainly as well. The choice is ours. I don't know about you, but I decided to heal these wounds, just fill them to heal them, and bingo. The most grandest, the most purest, the most playful, the most sweetest love I didn't even have the capacity to think of in my own thinking mind came as a result of me just healing the bullshit of my past. Stop spinning your wheels, family. Let's identify these traumas right now based on the relationships you hold today. Let them point to you because they are mirroring us. Unheal, reveal, backwards. Heal it by revealing it, by feeling it, and then move on to grander, beautiful, bigger, more fulfilling, more aligned relationships. That is how you attract healthy, revering, fulfilling relationships of any kind into your life. You're welcome. Thank you again for being here and being a part of this conversation that I thought is just so important for us to get out, because it's certainly a number one topic, in all my friendships with all my girlfriends, love, and how we are able to attract love, the real love that we want to attract. Who knew? It was just by becoming that love ourselves. Then we attract it. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. If you have a friend who you feel may benefit from this conversation, please send it to them. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing space with me. Please reach me if you would like to converse more about this. I'm on Instagram at The Ultimate Love Letter, TikTok at The Ultimate Love Letter. I'm on Threads at The Ultimate Love Letter. Also, YouTube. We're streaming these conversations on YouTube at The Ultimate Love Letter. Join me there. Reach out. I love to connect and share a bit more of an intimate space with you. All right, until next time, love yourself, and I mean really love yourself to attract the biggest, most grandest, most playful loves of your life. And also love others. We'll chat soon. Bye for now.